Now, listen, you guys, these girls don't ever want to listen when people keep telling them that, you know what, you do not go against a legend like Nicki Minaj without the industry machine behind you and think that you will survive. In as far as the rap career is concerned, okay? It seems like Lottery Ticket had a rude awakening when after that entire back and forth with Nicki Minaj, she began to flop, okay? Because she's out here basically talking about, oh my goodness, I regret the beef. Oh my goodness, it's the fans. And I'm like, no, Lottery, take some accountability and admit that you were wrong, okay? So we are going to have like a full breakdown of everything that happened, and I'm going to let you know why all the things that she kept saying about the fans, about the industry, about tiptoeing. I'm just going to be talking about that in this video. I'm going to break it down because, listen, honey, people really want to play in Nicki Minaj's face and then come back around and shift blame and, you know, try and come back, crawl back when things don't work for them, the way that they thought they would, okay? Nicki even told her, okay? Now, we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about Wale finally speaking up after those Diddy allegations. And the internet, you guys, is on fire because people are speculating that Nene Leakes might actually be returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, listen, this is going to be a tea-loaded video. And if you're ready for a full breakdown, please do grab your popcorn, your tea, or whatever snack you want and stay back and enjoy the show, okay? Hey, hello tea lovers and welcome to the tea plug. I trust you guys are doing well and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. Listen, here we have Lottery Ticket out here, yapping a bunch of meaningless things, and that's what we're going to talk about first, okay? So, first of all, Lottery, for somebody who really does think she can compete with Nicki Minaj and is in the same league with Nicki Minaj, the fact that Nicki Minaj is out there covering Vogue and doing 73 questions and being the first female rapper to actually officially cover Vogue, okay, should tell her volumes, okay? Like, which magazine cover are you at, Latto? Like, literally. So this is what Lottery Ticket had to say, you guys. And when I looked at this, when I tried to read this, I was like, okay, how delusional and in denial can one be? Okay, this is what Lottery Ticket said about the beefs that she has in hip hop, and I'm like, just put a name on it, okay? We know the significant big beef that you're actually talking about is the beef that you have with a legend, that one-sided beef that you've held in your heart for such a long time. She said, and I'll read, I think it really don't be a problem until we let fans, stans, whatever you want to call them, like the outsiders, once they get in the mix. I think that's what stays the pot, because it's like we'll all be fans of each other and commenting and following each other, whatever, but then once they get to comparing, they will turn us against each other, which is very weak-minded of us as female rappers. I will take that accountability. I don't think truly at heart it's us. Once people are infiltrating our minds and got you thinking this, and now you feel this type of way without even addressing the person, now you're addressing fans, I think we'll be falling up for these trips that they put on female rappers. Now listen, Lottery Ticket, first of all, I think you are the one who got carried away by the fans, okay? It's only those people with literally questionable IQ who would let strangers on the internet shift their view and the way they look at somebody they have always idolized, if we're going to be honest, okay? So let's not act like it's the fans' fault, okay? Nice try, Lottery Ticket. Now we're going to shift the blame and just blame the Barbz, knowing that the internet is going to run with that and say Barbz are problematic, but not on my watch, like Yang said, okay? Because listen, none of the fans told you to record that phone call conversation that you had with your so-called idol. Listen, I'm telling you, if I really looked at someone as my idol, there would be really no reason for me to be out here recording the phone calls with them. Now, what I get from Lottery is she was willing to write for Nicki Minaj as long as she had to benefit from a feature. And the one moment that Nicki Minaj declined to have a feature with her, she flipped around. And you can't put that on the fans, if I'm going to be honest. You can't put that on the Barbz, if we're going to be honest. It's got nothing to do with the Barbz. You did it for yourself, okay? Number two, You intentionally chose to misinterpret Nicki Minaj. Literally decided to go slow for some reason, to become a sloth or whatever reason, for whatever reason, because Nicki Minaj clearly gave you as an example at the Grammys, and she was not coming for you. She was not coming for you, and you intentionally chose to run with that, and you were out here age shaming her, calling a Grammy and calling a granny and things like that. And no fan pushed you to do that. You did it for yourself. So say it with your chest, take some accountability, and please stop spreading, fallacy on the internet. Okay, say it with your chest. And it's not like it just happened overnight. You went for months dragging this entire beef until it was tired, and you were flopping, and you realized that there was no you had reached a point of no return, and it was not doing any good for you. Now you're coming around trying, Operation Let Us Blame the Barbz. Like, listen, I do admit that there are some problematic individuals in the fan base, but now we're not just gonna sit down and allow you to run with this narrative. Now, to show you that she hasn't changed one bit, she's still trying to paint this other fan base as if they're the problem. Like, literally, stop it, Lottery. We're not doing that, okay? Third thing, you guys, what she also did, and we're not gonna allow her to put that on the fans, okay? She literally mocked Nicki Minaj for not getting a Grammy, whilst she, in her heart, knew that Nicki Minaj not getting a Grammy was unfair treatment by the Grammys. Literally making mockery of someone for being treated unfairly in the industry, and now you wanna put it on the Barbz? No, man, we're not having that. Listen, we are not having that in 2023. You did what you thought you were doing, got gassed up, even got the transformer on that little, trash remix of yours, and you thought you were doing something. And now literally nobody's talking about you, nobody's thinking about you. Here you go again, trying to bring the beef up, because that's the only time people really turn around and pay attention to you. So listen, I'm personally not going to allow her to push the narrative that is the fans, because she did a lot of things on that entire thing. You went ahead, started speaking on Nicki Minaj's family. It's the fans, I guess it's the Barbz that told her to speak on somebody else's family. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you literally did the most by yourself, and you allowed, I don't know who was in your ear, to gas you up, and now this is where you are, Lottery. Accept your fate, okay? We told you, and I kept saying it on this channel, that for somebody like her to go against somebody with a true fan base like Nicki Minaj, it's career, you're literally unaliving your own career. I said it on this channel, and the 7 fans that she had remained being disrespectful, remained being delusional, saying that, oh my goodness, she's still winning. Yes, she was winning because she had the transformer on that remix of hers. She was winning because she had K-pop on her side, okay? But individually, that girl knows that it's not the same place that she was, because believe it or not, at some point Barbz were her biggest cheerleaders. At some point Barbz really did support this girl, and just because Nicki Minaj felt like it was not necessary for her to be on this one song of yours, oh my goodness, she should bow down. She should come running to me, otherwise I will go against her, as if you hold like your opinion, or you going against someone holds any water. Honestly speaking, that was very, very slow of her. And the moment she was releasing all those audios, you guys, every other celebrity wouldn't want to mess with someone who's out there recording them. Like, who does that? Literally, Nicki called her privately, trying to clarify everything, trying to have a conversation, and you're sitting out there with your... trying to... I'm just like looking at her like, go leave the fans alone. Take some accountability for your slowness, because you literally behaved like a sloth. It backfired. Cut your losses and move on. Do you understand what I'm saying? So listen, this whole it's the fan things, it's the what thing, it's tired. Stop it, Lottery. Literally, stop it. Because at one point you were a bab also, okay? So are you now going to say that you were out here pot staring things for other, for other artists? Because you were a bab, She went out and she was basically tweeting and saying that she doesn't want any other collaboration. If it's not Nicki Minaj, then it's nothing. She said it, okay? Okay, she said it herself. So at some point, she really, truly was a bab. So to wake up and blame Barbz for basically, the stupidity that she actually had, I'm sorry. It's not gonna cut it, Lotto. Okay, and then the next thing that she said, she was out here basically also just expressing her regret about that entire beef, saying that she doesn't want to be known for the beef and stuff like that. But I'm like, you spent months, Lottery, milking that beef that you had, that one-sided beef that you had with Nicki Minaj. You spent months milking it. Literally went, got the transformer, formed a tech team against Nicki Minaj, thought you were doing something, realized that, you know what, at the end of the day, the song died down and that was the end of it. Okay? And I'm just looking at her like, girl, I'm like, we told you this and we said this, and the fans came in the comment sections saying that, oh my god, she's still thriving, Nicki Minaj doesn't have, and she said, I regret any beef I've ever been in, because I don't want to be known for anything but my music. I'm too talented for that ish. You should have thought of that before you decided to go against the legend Lottery. You should have thought of this before you were doing all those, powder, I don't know, things on stage, like basically signaling powder and stuff like that. Thought you were doing something? Go by. Like, literally, go by, okay? And I'm just looking at her like, you're very weird, okay? And all of a sudden, you started, trying beef with Ice Spice and things like that. And I'm just looking at her like, Lottery, give it up, okay? It's pathetic now to watch. Like, we told you this before it went far. But you allowed these people, who were in your ears. I don't know if it was the Transformer. You thought you guys were doing something. And now your friend is out there crying, going on hiatus for 2 minutes and then coming back. That's the person you followed, Lottery. That's the person you thought together you would be able to bring Nicki Minaj, and the other one is out there beefing with her ex-boyfriend, okay? The other one is there basically talking about politics and, I don't know, some other irrelevant stuff in female rap, okay? Those are the people that you really thought you were going to team up with to take out Nicki Minaj. Now that it failed, you don't want any beef. No, keep the same energy, okay? Keep the same energy. Okay, the same energy that drove you to take the Transformer and put her on a Nicki Minaj diss track. Keep the same energy. Honestly, you guys, you can watch the video that I posted soon after the beef. I called this. I said this, and I said that, you know what, it's not gonna end well for her. But you guys were like, oh my goodness, you're such a disliker. But here you have her regretting it. Okay, what numbers did the last song do? Even if it was a collaboration with another artist. It didn't do anything. And I kept on telling you guys. Oh my goodness, you guys, hop into the comment section and let me know what you think about Lottery now backtracking on Nicki Minaj. Are you subscribing to this entire situation where she's now saying that it's the fans that be in her ears? No fans pushed you to age shame your idol. No fans pushed you to make mockery of a black woman being treated unfairly by a Grammy board that you knew that was unfair. Do you understand? It's one thing to clown someone and say, oh my goodness, you didn't get the Grammy because you don't deserve it. But it's totally wild for me to clown someone to say, oh my goodness, you didn't get a Grammy. We all know you're getting mistreated. You're getting treated unfairly. You're not gonna. You literally started the trend. What? No Grammy for Glammy or something? No Grammy for Granny or something like that? And now you wanna come around, flip around and think we're gonna sit still and go bye. Okay, the next thing that we're going to be talking about, you guys, we're going to be talking about Wale. So it seems like Wale has finally decided to address that entire Diddy situation. But then I'm just like, he is going around in circles, sort of. He's sort of going around in circles. And we truly want to know, did you or did you not get dangled, over the balcony? That's the question that everybody wants to know. So he basically took to his Twitter to say, somebody had said they'd be itching for a story, not even caring about how it will affect somebody. Wild stuff, okay? And he said wild times. And then he also said the slow demise of authentic journalism. I used to pray for gullible. Now I'm scared of them, okay? But I'm just looking at him like, Wale, don't be talking in circles, okay? It's not like he still has power over you. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, do you understand? You can say your truth, okay? I'm sure people will be right behind you. And now if anything happens to you, he will know not to play with you, because he will know that people are literally on his case. So you can speak up, Wale. It's okay. I do understand that for a man, it might feel some type of way to actually come out here and admit to being dangled on the balcony. But I'm just saying, on a serious note, you guys, hopefully one day he'll be able to be strong enough and come out here and tell us exactly how far true that is, okay? But do you guys believe that entire story, or do you not? Now, moving on to the next thing that I'm going to be talking about, you guys, Nene Leakes. So people are speculating that Nene might actually be returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And for those of you who actually do watch the show, of course, so if you have been watching the show, you know that it has fell off. Like, literally, I stopped following that show, I don't know when, when all the interesting people started leaving one by one. I just couldn't stand for, what's her name, the medalist, Olympic medalist, that girl that's annoying, Sanya. Yes, I stopped watching because Sanya was just too much for me to handle. Like, I just couldn't handle it, okay? And there was this entire cousin Courtney nonsense. I literally could not follow, seriously after that. So people have been saying that Nene Leakes should return, Portia should return, and stuff like that. And it seems like, well, Andy and Nene might actually have made up behind closed doors, okay? Because you do know that, well, he was out here saying that he's trying to keep his name out of, Nene's name out of his mouth when asked in an interview. Now, it seems like the Real Housewives of Atlanta have followed Nene Leakes on Instagram. Honestly speaking, I don't have anything against that. That's a very smart business move, okay? Nene brings in the drama, Nene brings in the views. So, listen, I know when the bag is involved, people are willing to set their differences aside because this is a win-win situation. And I also am happy for Nene because I know that her coming back means she's obviously going to get better treatment. Now, for those of you who have, bargained for their salaries and who have threatened to resign and then, ended up being offered more, you know what I'm talking about. After, telling them you're going to leave, you certainly get better treatment than you have been previously getting. So do hop into the comment section, you guys, and let me know what you think about Nene possibly returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Thank you very much, you guys, for watching. I'm sorry for those of you who don't like me dwelling on one topic for the whole video, but listen, there are some people who actually enjoy videos like this. So if this is not your cup of coffee, you can always move on to another video on this channel. Like, I literally post 3 times a day, you know this, okay? So please, you always find something that you truly like. If this kind of a video where we actually break down what happened, because we are also documenting this. If you don't understand why I like doing videos like this, is because in 2018, the reason why the hate train was like, a thing, and the reason why it really was successful is because people would just run with whatever narrative that people would put out there on Twitter and things like that. And no one was out here holding people accountable for their actions. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now that's why I'm saying in 2023, we're not letting people get away with nothing. We're not letting people put their blame on fans when they actually were a problem themselves. That's why I do these lengthy videos trying to break down everything that transpired, trying to debunk all these false narratives that they want to put out there. That being said, thank you very much, you guys, for watching. Let me know if you do enjoy these long videos, and let me know if you don't, and stuff like that. Thank you for watching, you guys, and until my next one, see you.